A pension has started to get Casey Anthony off of TikTok. It's been over a decade since the tragic death of 3-year-old Kaylee Anthony, a case that gripped the nation and led to one of the most controversial verdicts in history. Casey Anthony was acquitted of murder, but in the public she was the most hated woman on the internet. With the success of personalities like Ash Trevino and Gypsy Rose, Casey Anthony felt like 2025 is the perfect time to come back and make her presence known. Jail calls from Casey Anthony show how evil Casey really was. She knew where Kaylee's body was located and was giving hints to her brother Lee the whole time.
There was a lot of angry women. A lot of people were disgusted with this case on how this turned out.
And then the fact, the whole 30 days thing, she was out partying, doing her thing. That was crazy. I don't think people had really seen anything necessarily brought to the light like this before.
Yeah, because I remember her attitude was so like, it was just like she had no worries, and it was just straight arrogance in a sense. You know what I mean? That's the vibe that I got. She was real sarcastic with a lot of her answers when it came to certain things. I remember there was a clip. There was the medical examiner being questioned by her lawyer, and description of somehow, some way of the skull when it's decomposed. They made a reference to a hole, and she giggled. She laughed. She had to regain her composure. And I just found that really sickening. And then, her sarcasm is super disrespectful on so many levels. It shows the arrogance. It could show some sociopathic, psychopathic, behavior patterns, but it's hard to digest at times. It makes me sick, to be honest with you.
There was people that got hurt that looked like her. Like even one lady got ran over because she looked like Casey Anthony. Like she's done damage and she hasn't even done anything.
Yeah, I know that video came out. We had covered a little bit of that on the last live. She's trying to, come back in and get some loot, profit off of whatever it is that she can that's left of the remnants. It's like she's really trying to wash it over. In a lot of ways, she's trying to retrain herself to be easy on the public's eye as she speaks with her mother and friend from jail. Pay attention to sarcasm, man. She is she's nasty a little bit. You know what I mean? This is just my opinion. A lot of venom. So let's get right into it. Y'all ready?
An inmate from the Orange County Correctional Center. For a rate quote, press 7. To accept this free call, press 0. To obtain a customer service, this call is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Casey?
Mom.
Hey, sweetie.
Oh, I just saw your nice little cameo on TV. You mean which one?
And DVS, AZ, this is before they found Kaylee. They're still looking for her at this point.
Right.
It's 4 different ones, and I don't know. I haven't seen them all. I've only seen 1 or 2 so far.
You don't know what my involvement is and stuff?
Casey.
Mom.
What?
No.
I don't know what your involvement is, sweetheart. You're not telling me where she's at.
Because I don't know where she's at. Are you kidding me?
Casey, don't waste your call.
No.
Scream and holler at me.
Waste my call sitting in
And DVS, you said
jail?
previously that they formed this monster.
Yeah, they definitely they created this beast. She is like, she's got a fucking chip on her shoulder and a sense of entitlement, man.
Whose fault is you're sitting in the jail? You're blaming me that you're sitting in the jail?
Not
Blame
my
yourself
fault.
for telling lies. You mean it's not your fault? What do you mean it's not your fault, sweetheart? If you'd have told them the truth and not lied about everything, they wouldn't.
And this is her mother talking this shit, bro. Come on, man. Her mother and her father have always left room and opportunity to say, listen, you need to be focused on Casey because she's the last one. She's the one.
Do me a favor, just tell me what Tony's number is. I don't want to talk to you right now. Forget it.
Back to her fucking boyfriend Tony. She's
Back
more
to
worried
Tony.
about she's worried about Tony more than she is fucking Kaylee, bro. And this is a fucking issue, bro. She's more worried about that shit than she is fucking her daughter, bro. It's sick, bro. And look, this is during a time where, you know, they were looking for her, bro.
A lot of dudes in
seem,
Florida wanted to hit that at this time in
they're
07.
sick fucks, bro.
Get it.
I don't have his number.
We'll get it from Lee because I know Lee's at the house. I saw Mallory's car was out front.
Hello?
Hi, I'm glad everybody's at my house. I'll have to call you later. I'll have to call somebody to get your number. Do me a favor, get my brother back because I need Tony's number.
Is there anything I can do for you?
I'm sitting in jail. There's nothing anybody can do right now.
She is so
Well, I'm just trying to be.
Oh, I know you are, honey. I absolutely know that you are, and I appreciate everything that you're trying to do, but I'd like to call Tony. He's not at my house, is he?
No,
Okay.
no, it's just me and your parents and Lee.
Okay. Well, can you do me a favor and get my brother back or get the number from him, please?
Does Tony have anything to do with Kaylee?
No.
Good point, Mom.
Whoa. That's not Mom. That's her friend.
Oh, that's the friend. Oh, I thought
believe
we were on
like
the phone
that.
with Mom.
I think this switched back and forth. So this right here is.
Hey, did anything happen to the boyfriend? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Nothing.
No,
Okay,
nothing happened to the
why do you want
boyfriend.
to talk to Tony?
Okay.
You probably don't want to tell me, do you?
Huh?
You probably don't want to tell me, do you?
What do you? Well, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, does Tony have anything to do with Kaylee?
No, Tony had nothing to do with Kaylee.
Oh, so why do you want to talk?
Whoa.
Mm.
So who did have something to do with Kaylee? Because if I had nothing to do with this, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
Well, she tried to blame it on her dad.
responses are different.
She tried to blame it on her dad.
This is wild.
Talk to him. You probably don't want to tell me.
He's my boyfriend, and I want to actually try to sit and talk to him because I didn't get a chance to talk to him earlier because I got arrested on a whim today because they're blaming me for stuff that I never would do, that I didn't do.
Okay. Well, I'm on your side. You know that,
Oh,
right?
honey, I know that. I just want to talk to Tony and get a little bit of...
Casey, you have to tell me if you know anything about Kaylee.
Sweetheart,
if anything happens to Kaylee, Casey, I'll die. You understand? I'll die. If anything happens to that baby.
Whoa, she said, oh, well. What the
What?
fuck?
Rewind that back.
I'll die. You understand? I'll die. If anything happens to that baby.
Wow,
Oh
she did
my
say,
God.
oh, well. Holy
If anything happens
moly.
to that baby. You understand? I'll die. If anything happens to that baby.
Hold on, let me put the captions on this, man. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh my God. Calling you guys? A waste. Huge.
Casey, I'll die. You understand? I'll die. If anything happens to that baby.
Oh my
It didn't
God.
pick it up,
Calling
but
you
she
guys?
does
It
say
didn't pick it up. She said, oh, well. It didn't
She
pick it
said
up.
it.
Wow. Yeah, she
I
said
heard it.
Oh, well.
Huge waste. Honey, I love you. You know I would not let anything happen to my daughter. If I knew where she was, this wouldn't be going on.
So how come everybody's saying you're lying?
Because nobody's listening to anything that I'm saying. The media completely misconstrued everything that I said. The detectives told them they got all of their information from me, yet at the same time, they're twisting stuff. They've already said they're going to pin this on me if they don't find Kaylee. They've already said that.
Well,
That sounds like
They
Wade
arrested me.
Wilson.
Sounds like a female Wade Wilson, bro. This is outrageous. The sociopathic mentality, bro.
Because they said that.
yeah, because they said that the person that you dropped Kaylee with doesn't even exist.
Because, oh, look, they can't find her
Yeah,
in the
the
Florida
nanny.
database. She's not.
The nanny? Where's this net? What is she
Yeah,
gonna
she tried
say?
to blame it on the nanny, too. Yeah, the
And
fake
what is she
nanny.
saying that the nanny's an immigrant? That's what she's saying? and she just disappeared back over the border. Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Yeah.
Wow.
She is wild.
No pictures of this nanny. Yeah, desperation. Yep.
Florida. If they would actually listen to anything that I would have said to them, they would have had her leave. They maybe could have tracked her down.
But didn't you just say they
listened to
twist your words
anything
so
that
they
I
are
said.
listening? That don't make sense.
Yeah, listen, just listen carefully, man. Shout out to the chat. Thank you for bearing with this. I know this is a touchy subject, but we're trying to expose the fuck shit, and it's here. Clearly, it's here. It's all here. Just gotta look through it, man.
I think it's funny the LGBTQ community said, "We don't want you, Casey." She tried to
do not claim you, bitch.
I love y'all, man. Shout out to y'all.
Do you know that whoever has Kaylee, nobody's going to get away with this. Nobody.
I know nobody's going to get away with it, but at the same time, the only way they're going to find Kaylee is if they actually listen to what I'm saying, and I'm trying.
So what the
fuck? What
the
fuck?
Yeah, like how does that work?
Dude.
Yo, bro.
To help them, and they're not letting me help them.
She fucked up somewhere along the way, and she's like, "Yeah, I gotta give them some more shit so they can, maybe get off the scent or fucking get off the trail, and maybe get some fucking light shine somewhere else and make her look better than what she's looking right now." Because she's obviously trying to give them some more fucking ingredients to the fuckery soup.
So how can I help them find her? The best thing you can do, baby, is listen to me.
Yo, you think they got somebody next to her telling her what to ask? Think they got somebody in there? In the crib? In the house, because they're in the mother's house.
Yeah, maybe.
They might, right? Because she's on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
To look up her information in a New York database, in a North Carolina database, other places that she's lived outside of Florida. That's what I told them even again today. I told them that 4 times today. I sat up at the police station, up at the county police station.
But she's the one who has Kaylee, or she transferred Kaylee to somebody else? Because
honey, I haven't talked to her. I don't know. I haven't talked to her.
How come everybody's saying that you're not upset, that you're not crying, that you show no caring of where Kaylee is at all?
I'm not sitting here crying every 2
and
seconds.
that's the truth, though. She'd be stressing right now.
Yo,
she'd be stressing like crazy, sitting in there, not being able to help find her daughter. Nah.
So I just want to give, like, let's say if we were writing a book, right? No, not even a book, right? Let's give some scenarios of what I went through. I don't know about you, but my mother was an alcoholic, bro, and she went through mood swings like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I bullshit you not. I wouldn't be surprised if some wild, crazy moments of in and out of undrunkenness, half drunkenness, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, because there's a mesh with real true drinkers. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. There could be some of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they get real irritated real quick, bro, and you'll get your ass whooped for some something minor. Just saying. Respectfully.
Right.
To talk to detectives, to make other phone calls, to do other things. I can't sit here and be crying every 2 seconds like I want to. I can't.
Okay.
That sounded like Wade Wilson right there, bro. that felt Wade Wilson vibes.
Casey, don't yell at me. I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
You're not.
Trust me.
I know you're on my side. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, that's somebody standing next to us saying, "Yo, you gotta get her trust.
Reel her back in. Reel her back in.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nobody is saying anything bad about you. Your family is with you 100%.
No, they're not. That's bull, because I just watched news and heard everything that my mom said. Nobody in my own family is on my side.
Yes, they are. Nobody has said.
They just want Kaylee back. That's all they're worried about right now, is getting Kaylee back. And you know what?
And that's what the fuck they should be worried about, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So why would that even be a fucking issue?
It's like she's jealous.
No, she's got a lot of fucking issues, man. They're somewhere along the line they allowed this to fucking get out of control, bro, and they didn't snip it in the butt when they were supposed to.
Right now.
Casey, your daughter, your flesh and blood, your baby girl.
Christina, please, put my brother back on the phone. I don't want to get into this with you right now. I love you.
Whoa. Demands. She's fucking demanding shit. Yeah, I don't want to do this shit with you. Pass the phone to my brother. Whoa, bro. She is fucking calling the shots. And this is the shit they allowed to happen over. This is
Mm-hmm.
they enabled this behavior, so this is why she's able and comfortable to do all this shit.
Honey, and I'm glad that you're there. Thank you for your help. I will let you know if there's anything that you can do.
You can't tell me anybody that can find Kaylee. Nobody.
No, because every number that I've tried, every number that I've called is disconnected. Nothing. I can't get a hold of anybody.
Yo, bro, 31 days, bro. 31. That's a whole full fucking moon, bro. That's a whole moon phase right there, bro.
Right.
What the fuck, bruh? Yo. And she was how old, bro? With the nanny, you don't know, bro? Come on, bro. This is yo, this shit is making my stomach flip
Yeah,
and turn
she's
right now.
definitely reaching.
Yeah, come on, man. 31, yo.
How do you go that long?
I don't know, yo, bro. I couldn't do that. 31 days? A child, not even a teenager, a child, a baby,
Right.
a little baby, bro. Where the fuck is my daughter at? What first day I can't get FBI,
Tripping.
CIA?
Yeah, I'm tripping.
What the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
There's a real problem here. Fuck a bottle, all that other shit she was doing and grinding and sliding and slamming. Yo, listen, man. That shit should have been the last priority. 31 days of fucking partying, bro. You're telling me you blacked out every day for 31
Right.
days? So
Like even blacking out, you wake up still you still wake up at some point somewhat sober and have, you know
yeah.
what I mean? I trust me, I've been there. So I know that even though you might not remember last night, you're still waking up for a certain amount of time.
Be like, oh shit.
And so what, and yeah, exactly. In that little bit of time, she wasn't like, oh shit, let me at least check on my baby before I start getting all jacked up again.
Did you pay her in advance? Like, how does that work? You paid the nanny when? How? Did she get
With
paid?
what money? With what money too?
Yeah, with what money? How? So this lady, so what did you do with this? Like, what was the arrangement? What was the barter here? You know what I mean? Because,
No paper trail at all either.
yeah, come on, man.
This is her brother.
Her brother.
Let me see the description. What does it say there?
First half of the full phone call between Casey Anthony, mother of the missing 3-year-old Florida child, and her brother, Lee Anthony.
Okay, cool.
You can call me and I'll try to, get as much out there as I can before anything would ever die. It's not a good situation, but, what can we do,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So you understand what I was trying to say for that, you can reach out to them.
Yeah.
And, I know that you said that when we did visitation, and, I want you to know that you don't necessarily have to put everything through your attorney. If you feel like you wanted to speak to them about anything at all,
yeah,
you can still request that he be there, but he doesn't have to, and you don't have to do that through him.
Oh, I know.
Okay?
That was something we talked about yesterday, actually.
Okay, good. Do you plan on speaking with, any of those guys at all?
We're going to set up a meeting for Monday.
Okay.
Jose was going to, think about stuff, how we were going to set things up over the weekend. He was going to be here with me when we bring them in, and as far as
subtitles on, brother.
This shit is giving me a headache, bro. It's making me dizzy.
She's talking fast like she's on Addie's up in the county jail, homie.
Answer, how all that goes down. He was going to figure that out this weekend. He was actually going to come up either today or tomorrow and bring like a couple of the videos, I guess, for me to watch from some of the news stuff that's been going on, I guess, some of the talk shows. Just to try to update me on some of the stuff. Plus, he wanted me to get a good laugh. So.
Well, here's the thing. Don't put too much stock and faith into anything that the media is putting out there, because you got to understand that they get the information, they speculate on information, and then, they put something out there so they can fill their clips.
Oh, I know. I actually caught a little bit of it. I mean, I only got to see maybe an eighth of the TV, but I could see the pictures and stuff that were coming up last night.
Yeah.
I just caught a little bit of that, between the 10 and 11 o'clock news. So.
Here's an FYI for you so you can conduct yourself accordingly.
Yeah.
Everything is public record, including this phone call, including the visitation videos.
Yeah, man, they're on it.
Yeah.
So all that stuff is going to end up being released at some point.
Oh, I know it is.
I had no knowledge of that whatsoever.
So they told me that yesterday.
They told me that after we got on, that we did that. So there's obviously some things that I may have asked I would have asked in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't want you to, feel for any reason that, we're not on your side about anything, because we are about everything. We're completely behind you.
Oh, I know.
And being completely behind you, our entire focus, all our days, every second of every day is consumed on what can we do to find Kaylee.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is there anything, I know we had spoken before and you understand how all this works now, but do you have anything that you can, tell me, that would help?
There's nothing I can think of at the moment. I'm going to actually try to get something together, today, so I can write a couple letters.
He's fishing.
To the
He's
family.
fishing.
I'm even going to give Jose some stuff to see if you guys did that directly, but still put out my own specific. So if anything happens, if there's any lapse, you still will get what I'm trying to put across to you.
Right, and just remember that if you give it to the attorney, he can choose whether or not
to give it to you. Exactly, which is why I'll do a secondary letter just to make sure that it's direct.
Perfect. I would encourage that 110%. So, is there anything specifically? I know you're going to meet with, the investigators and everything. Is there anything specifically, the details that you want to clarify to me now? So when I'm
so just like that other girl, there's somebody there.
Yeah, you could tell he's being coaxed.
My own leads and my own information, putting the stuff together, that I can start working on it now.
At the moment, there's nothing specific or
right
nothing that, should probably be said here. Again,
I feel like there's some kind of double talk.
Oh, like some Kiosk Kristen type shit.
Yeah, I feel like there's some double talk here.
I'll put something together before I see Jose or when I see Jose, and make sure that I have something also to put out.
Right.
So that way you can get everything.
Okay. And just remember, when you get to talk to those guys, you mentioned that you're going to have your prep and everything with Jose.
She got Jose.
So
and
remember,
Jose.
Truth don't hurt.
Oh, I know it doesn't. But at the same time, things that I have told them, again, were misconstrued and not used to their benefit. I gave them the same resources that I gave you, and you found out 100 more things than they did, and they were given the same information.
Right.
So it's just about the approach, I guess, and using resources to their full extent. Again, everybody's biggest resource. You said that. Jose said that. Mom and Dad have said that.
Right, but at the same time, we still we just need to figure out how we can be clear on whatever we're giving to them. So even if we have to, speak, very direct, or if we have to, we can't really speak in generalities with them, with anybody, is what I'm finding out. Because, or if we tell them I'm not completely sure on a spelling, or I'm not completely sure on this or that, they take everything exactly up front to the T, exactly how you provide it. So, if it's off at all, they don't even think to look in any other areas as well.
That's why I gave them things multiple times. Each officer, I gave the same information at least 2 or 3 times. I've done the same thing with you, the same thing with Mom, the same thing with Jose. Everyone has the same information, same spelling, same names. I mean, none of that has altered because it's as is.
Right. What do you think? Or do you think? You think Haley's okay
He's
right now?
He's proud of that, DBS. She's proud that she got that nanny's fake name right 5-6 times.
Yeah, I think that was key.
My gut feeling, as Mom asked me yesterday, and even Jose asked me last night, the psychologist asked me this morning that I met with through the court, in my gut, she's still okay. And it still feels like she's close to home.
Okay.
Whoa.
Dang.
Where did they find Kaylee, brother?
At the family's pet cemetery, and where she used to hang out as a kid or something.
Oh, okay. So I had misinformation, and this internet, man.
Well, I'll fact check it real quick while you're talking, but go ahead.
I could have sworn it was close to her home.
I think, it is close to the home. Hold on. It's loading.
No, yeah, do your thing. But I could have sworn that was something that I heard. Kaylee was found close to the house. And rest in peace, Kaylee. This shit is rough, man.
Yes, you were right. Near the home. Let's go.
Yeah, so that's red flag number one for me.
So, I mean, that's still my best feeling at the moment. Again, if that changes, I mean, obviously I'm going to reach out and say something immediately, but I know Mom will understand this better than anyone, that there's that type of bond that you have with your kids.
Right.
And it's, it's unexplainable.
Did you speak with?
Yo, she sounds so much like Wade, bro.
Some
Wow.
people think she accidentally did it, and she just to cope with it. She went partying for 30 days and didn't do it, and then hid the body.
And that's all allegedly. This is all the stuff that has been put out. Who the fuck knows?
Kaylee over the phone at any time?
I did one time, yes, and that was actually the day that Mom had called the police.
Okay. Do you remember what time you spoke to her?
Around noon. It was through a private call.
Speak with Kaylee over the phone at any time?
I did one time, yes, and that was actually the day that Mom had called the police.
Okay. Do you remember what time you spoke to her?
Around noon. It was through a private call.
Okay.
Rewind back that. She's talking about. Wait a minute. Hold on. Rewind that back. She talked to her daughter?
Yeah.
The day that Mom had called the police.
Okay. Do you remember what time you spoke to her?
Around noon. It was through a private call.
Okay. They will beep this out, so don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me your login and password for your AT&T account online so I can pull the remainder of your phone records?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have your phone records to a certain extent, but I don't have through the 15th and 16th. So.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have the most current ones.
Right. So that'll help me extremely.
See how we had to switch the date because she already knew that he had other dates. So she's saying, oh, she talked to her the day that she called. I think even the autopsy would prove that wrong.
I know. Did you ever have, or did you ever call babysitter on your cell phone? Ever receive a call from babysitter on your cell phone number?
I most definitely did.
Can you give me any day or anything whenever you think you may have received that?
She don't even believe it.
Got a lot of.
Yeah, no, this is sketchy right here. She, I don't know. It seems like she's freestyling, bro.
In terms of your text messages, so I mean the number would show up even on that.
Okay.
I can't think of any specifics. I mean my days are all thrown together. I at least know what the day is today, but as far as stuff from the last couple of months, I have no exact time or date. I can think of something.
Do you remember an area code?
The last number that she had called me from was a 954 number, which was a Fort Lauderdale number.
Okay.
And because Amy's is also of a similar area code,
right.
She's also called me from a 407 number, from a 321 number. There's been different numbers, different times.
Damn, she is fucking throwing them off the trail. Even her own brother. This is wild. And he should know it better than anybody else. He should know when she's lying.
Not necessarily on different days, but it just depended on.
She's guessing. Those are probably like telemarketer numbers that she remembered too.
It could be.
At the time.
Okay. Most recently, can you remember the number that you would have?
The last number that she had called me from that wasn't of a private listing, or that didn't show a private cell or private call, was 954.
Well, we got to remember this is 2006 or 2007, 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so was it an iPhone 2, 3?
No, well, that was probably the BlackBerry and then the Razor.
Oh, the Razor was out in. Oh yeah, it was out in 06.
Yeah, it just came out. That Razor, man, that
the
was
Razor.
sharp.
She probably had a Motorola Razor texting on that.
The do boop boop boop. Yeah, that was the click 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 click. Yeah, that was.
I had one. It got stolen. It got stolen by somebody that went to the NFL. Let's just put it that way. I'm not snitching though.
Oh.
But even like a private cell or a private number from the most recent one that you can remember, and do you remember like what month or anything like that they were in?
The last private call that I received was on the 15th, I believe. That was the day that Mom made that call.
Right.
That was, I think, the last one that I had gotten. I mean, as far as I know from my own phone from when I last had it.
Right, and do you remember what area code or any part of that phone number?
That came up.
Okay.
It just said private cell or private call. I can't remember which one.
Okay. Okay, but whenever you did get to see a number, you said it would either be a 954, a 407, or a 321?
Yeah, those are the three area codes that I can think of offhand.
Do you remember any part of any of those numbers that'll help me, any combination of numbers that'll help me?
Not at the moment. I've been trying to piece together numbers, but the numbers that are coming to mind are
He's trying to help her.
numbers from other people.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But she is evading and giving a lot of nothing, bro.
What I've called frequently, and I don't want to give you someone else's number on accident. So.
Nope, that's fine. I completely understand. I understand that we don't, in today's day and age, you don't really memorize cell phones since you have it programmed in, numbers you program it in yourself. So.
Very much so.
Would she have been programmed in your cell phone?
She was programmed into that other phone that we need to find a way to recover. I mean, I don't know.
Help me with that.
This shit is so convenient, bro. This is like the perfect. All these coincidences are fucking red flags for me, bro.
That actually, you said that you referred to it as your blackjack?
Yeah, it was a blackjack. I'd only had it for probably a week and a half. It didn't keep its charge, so that's why I started using that other phone.
Okay. So on the blackjack, do you remember the phone number that blackjack was associated with?
It was my same number. I just swapped the SIM card back and forth.
Okay.
I know I lost.
Here's the thing, how these things work, Casey.
Yeah, he's about to give her a little lesson because that was the thing back in the day. I don't know if you remember that, plug, but you could have 2-3 phones, and if you had the chip, you could pass them out through the phones and use different phones.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I did do that. Yep.
So
the SIM cards.
Yep, but it still shows up on the records. It doesn't matter what fucking phone you put it in. This is where he's about to get into it. Like, listen, it doesn't matter what fucking phone you put it in. It's still gonna show up. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
The contact information, the contact stuff, is on your SIM card. So if you switch
it doesn't always save to the SIM card. You can sometimes save things to the SIM card or save it specifically to the phone. It just depends on the way the phone's set up.
Oh, she's got an answer for everything, and that is a feature too. That's a feature, so it's untraceable. Like, that's extra. You know what I mean? That was the extra oomph to really clean it all up.
I thought about that too.
Of course you did.
That I'm currently using, or I guess that the police still have, or if you guys have it, I had set it up after the fact to just save things to my SIM card. But you can also save it to just the phone or to the SIM card and the phone, so there's copies on both.
Okay, so this blackjack, where did you said that you reported?
Yeah, straight to the point. Yeah, where the fuck is the phone at?
The missing and all. Give me the information so I can find this phone.
I had it. Yes, sir. Is it? Okay. Can you ask me to wait a couple minutes? Is it okay.
Oh, is she pretending? Is she pretending to talk to somebody?
I don't know, man, but she's definitely evading it. She's got an answer for everything, or she knows how to fucking slip past it and evade it.
Thank you. Jose's actually here. Okay, the last time I know I had it for certain, I was up at Universal.
For work or for otherwise?
I was in through the park talking to just a couple mutual friends up there.
So you were up there for fun or whatever?
It wasn't necessarily fun, but yes, not through work at that moment.
I gotcha. Okay, I understand.
I know I had it at G. Blanchard Park. I don't remember where the very last places that I had it.
Where did you get this phone from? Like, how was it provided to you? Or
through the AT&T store. It's out on the left side of town. It's kind of near where the mall is.
Was this a phone? Is this another personal cell phone of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
She made this all up.
Yeah, she is freestyling the fuck out of this, man. Holy shit.
So tell me. So if you lock.
When's she gonna say put money on my books?
When the shit sets in, I guess.
Aside from searching for it, how would you go about finding this? How should I go about finding your phone?
I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, I knew specifically where it was. I mean, my last recollection of me having it was at Universal, but I know that I had also been at G. Blanchard Park, and I could have potentially had it there with me too. I don't know if you guys have checked through like some of the bags and stuff that I have at the house. If maybe it was in one of those purses, but I know I kept everything that I had kind of centralized at Tony's.
Case, if you had your blackjack with you and you lost your blackjack, did you still have your SIM card in your other phone? And I'm trying just to figure out why you wouldn't lose both. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. If it fell out of my bag, if it fell out of my pocket.
Which one is it, lady?
Decent size phone is almost the size of the phone that you have now.
She's got a fucking answer for everything, bro.
I mean, you're sitting in jail. You had time to think about it.
But even so, bro, like, what the fuck? She had 30 days to think about it.
Easily fallen out of my purse.
Would you have had her or anybody's information, even Jeff that's introduced you, or Juliet that also, or correct me, is there anybody else that knew that you were searching for Kaylee?
Outside of them, no.
Okay, outside of Zanny, Jeff, and Juliet, nobody else knew, correct?
I hadn't talked to anyone else about it, no.
Okay, where did you meet Jeff and Juliet from again?
Universal.
And when you were working for?
Jeff through Kodak. I could have met Juliet while I was working through Kodak. I don't remember if that's when we first met. I've known her also for about 2.5, 3 years.
How could we verify?
Look how faster she talked on the truth right there, because that's obviously I don't know. That could be a lie too, though.
It could be her anchor. You know what I mean?
Where did she used to work, all that stuff? By the way, we got about a minute left.
Okay, she just moved within the last couple of months. I'm trying to figure out where else I can get contact information for her. I know I have her number written down at the house somewhere. Where?
God damn, man, she is a fucking psychopath, bro.
Is this a made-up person too, Casey?
Holy shit!
Exactly, I'm not sure.
Okay, did she ever work with you at Kodak or Color Vision?
She worked at Universal, yes.
You have 1 minute left.
She said she might have worked at Kodak. I'm bugging.
Casey, you got to answer my question specifically. Did she work with you at Kodak or Color Vision, or was she an actual employee of the park?
She was an actual employee of the park.
Okay.
Oh, she didn't say that earlier, bro.
No, she said Kodak, but.
And she is Juliet Lewis, Juliette Lewis, Lewis, correct?
Juliet. Lewis.
Got it. Okay. I think we're getting close, Casey. Is there anything?
Julite. Okay.
Offhand, no. I mean, I'm going to go and talk to Jose now if I can think of anything while I'm with him, or write down anything, do whatever I can.
Okay. You can call me or the house.
Yeah.
We love you. And, please think of anything that we can help find Kaylee, because as soon as we can help find her, it's going to be, open and shut to get you out of there. Okay, darling?
Absolutely, I know.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Okay, so his main goal is trying to find his niece. His main goal, that was weird right there. That was the end of the call. She slammed it down. She was happy the call ended, honestly, because it was like interrogation for her. But honestly, bro, he's trying to find Kaylee, and he's just trying to butter her up, kind of like a Papa Steve character. That's how her brother was acting right there.
Yeah, that's wild, man. This chick, she's doing a lot of contradicting, and I don't know.
So we're waiting for her to post, y'all. She hasn't posted again, but we did see that she did a lot of reposts, and we could tell her angle. So she is very, very left wing, very opinionated. She's been watching a lot of workout videos, but stuff has stuck out. Like she has a hatred for Donald Trump.
Wonder what that's about.
And I think another thing is I just thought about this while we were listening to the call. DBS, hear me out on this, but she's acting like she did a bid. Because look, she got found not guilty, but she went ghost. And it's almost like the same as somebody like a Gypsy Rose getting locked up for 10 years and then coming out making a TikTok. That's how she's playing it right now. She's acting like she did a bid, bro. Like she did time for this.
Well, I don't know why the fuck she came out of here and decided to put herself on the chopping block, because that's all that's gonna happen. She was MIA. She should have stood that way. But since she wants to be the sacrificial lamb and be content of the beginning of 2025, which I think is going to be short lived. Then go ahead, come on, let's play the game, bro. Let's do it.
I would never let Casey Anthony raise my baby, yeah. And you know they terrible when to pack me a vacation. I wouldn't let it cause you know what's in that suitcase weighing is me. You know that all these fucking bitches, they be waiting, yeah. Never let Jamie hit fucking drive me in Mercedes. She DUI, you know that she gon' see the light one day. But these guys think I'm related to Wade, but there ain't no relation. His last name was Wilson, the family wanted to kill him. I know that Casey Anthony thinks she is not the villain. You know that she rather party than take care of her children. You know that she's on TikTok trying to make us some shillings. I'm a father, so I'm biased. Tell you the truth, you want a one without bias. I swear to God, you is so evil and I digress. You worse than Wade Wilson, but he died next. Whipping with the pots, with them Pyrex. I know you like girls, yeah, you buy sex. It's a little bit of truth, you should try it. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if she tries fucking sad next. I'm at the next, that's what I'm breaking. I'm after the throne too, you know that I be taking. And you ain't going to the same place as Kaylee, let's get the facts. Don't care how high you think you is, don't let the door hit your ass. On the way out, say you got that hate, but you gon' do the minimal. Let me see that weight you got, let me see them residuals. I can see your tits out right now and I see a visual. You say that you're with your man now, but you be miserable. You keep on making troll accounts, you know that shit is pitiful. You really never coming out, yeah, all your shit subliminal. Chilling in your living room, eating chicken noodle soup, breathing chicken noodle soup.